Tripping, man.
It's the
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
the
Yeah, let me start back up. Okay. What up, world? Welcome to another episode of RMT. That's Real Men Talk. It's your boy, Stan the Man. I got my boy EIG in the building.
What's up? Let's do this, y'all. Let's do it.
Oh, yeah. And it's going to be the first episode in the 23, y'all. And I just
23.
want to say this. I want to give a shout out to everybody. It's a blessing to making it to 23. All the things we went through in 22, all the people you lost, all the obstacles you fought through, you made it. You made it here. And so I want to take my hats off and congratulate you for making it here, making through that tough year, through everything that you went through, you actually made it here. So also, thank you for tuning in and listening to us. Y'all can check us out Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Anchor, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, even on TikTok now. So check us out, Real Men Talk Podcast on all of those platforms. And so, man, before I get any further, EI, you got any shout outs today, man?
Yeah, man, definitely, man. Since we starting off the new year, we in 23.
Oh, yeah.
I just want to make this one to the listeners and the viewers today, man. Starting fresh. It's
Oh,
us,
yeah.
y'all. It's
Oh, yeah.
RMT and who's ever listening, who's ever watching. So thank y'all for being here this far. Thank you for being there in 22, but we're in 23 and you're still with us. Shout out to y'all. Y'all could be doing anything else. You could be watching anybody else. It's a million, gajillion, gabillion podcasts and a lot of content out there. But we don't take for granted not one bit of
1
y'all,
second.
spending time with us because this is an experience. This is just, time with RMT. So shout out to anybody that supports, comments, even if you don't like it. Thank you for criticism. Thank you for just the attention, whatever it is. Thank you. So that's my shout out for 23. I got to start it right, man.
Oh yeah, man. Appreciate that. And since we're gonna start it right, we're gonna go ahead and go here. You
Okay.
know, and we're gonna get in today, new year, new me.
New
Hey,
me.
yeah, I stepped in. I'm gonna be honest, man. I stepped in the gym. It's the first day I've been in the gym since 23. And it's a young lady at the counter. She always, I know multiple people there because I'm always in there. But let me quit that. But the young lady, she was like, "Yeah, new year, new me." I was like, "Don't do me like that. I'm in here all the time now." But basically, don't. I just want to say this: as we leave 22 and we go into 23, it's a lot of things in 22 that you want to leave that attitude, you want to leave that laziness, you want to leave that loneliness, you want to leave that unhappiness, and you want to leave that bitterness back off in 22. You want to leave all those bad emotions back in there moving forward. And everybody be like, well, how can I do that? When can I do that? I still got these same problems and still got those the things that you holding on that you pulling into it. It's just like on when you get ready to plan a trip, and especially if you're gonna ride a plane, they got a thing called a carry-on bag. Now, if your trip, if you the only person traveling, if you're not taking your family, and it's not gonna be a long trip, you can get a little carry-on bag. But
Mhm.
if you're gonna stay for extended amount of time, you got to take luggage. You got to go through a whole nother. You got to get those bags shaken. You got to pay extra money because you're taking that luggage along. But if you finna go on this experience, you finna go on this ride by yourself, you don't have to take luggage. And a lot of times, people and problems and things is that luggage that we want to take along and pay extra for to take on a flight that we going by ourselves.
Mm.
So before I even get started and go down that little rabbit hole, yeah, man, I want you to come in, man, on this subject today and put your input on here.
Man, new year, new me. You said something, man, that stuck with me. And you're talking about the luggage that you try to carry over and take with you. And to me, it's about, you know, we'll get our New Year's resolutions. We have all these plans to change and do different things and be different ways. But
Mhm.
we still got some of the same ways that we think, some of the same ways that we view things. And we really just think because the calendar is moved down a notch or that we in another year that something magical is going to happen. And
Mm.
for that new year, for that new me, for the new experiences, for whatever it is that we want changed, it's going to take some work. It's going to
Yep.
take some work. You go to the gym, that's that work to get the results you want.
Mm.
And to me, I just really want to challenge people, man, any of the viewers to change how we view anything. And it could be something simple. Let's just say you think that, uh, you know, going on a vacation is, just what word could I use? Let's just say if you said, hey, going on vacations is not me, right? Or going on vacations is whack or whatever you want to call it.
Mhm.
I want to challenge people to take anything that you think about and just think a totally different. Let's define it differently. So if I think a certain way about apples, let's say when 23 comes, which we hear now, challenge myself to just say, hey, maybe apple's not so bad. Maybe vacation it ain't so bad. And these small steps that we can take, man, of just changing how we look at things is really what makes the new us. We wait for
Yep.
23 and 24 and
Yep.
on down the line. We
Mhm.
wait for these new years to come as if, life is just going to say, here's a new set of circumstances for you. Here's the magic you've been waiting on. But
Mhm.
it's really not about that. It's really more so about what did we change psychologically? What do we change how we think about things? And if we can start with small things, if it's working out, if it's eating, I can't say I'm gonna lose weight, get in shape, be healthy, but I still think about eating healthy as man, that's rough. Man, that's hard. Man,
Yep.
that's lame. Man, we got to change how we think about things. So start with something small. Start with something small and just challenge ourselves, man, to think differently about it. You know, think totally different, something that we never thought. Because when we do that, when we
Mhm.
think things that we never thought, and we start these thought patterns that we never have, that's when the new me comes. That's when the new year, the new experiences, because otherwise we just, man, taking the wrapper off a bottle and putting a new one on it and saying it's new juice, new wine, whatever it is.
Mhm.
We really got to put the work in, man, and really got to start with how we view things. And it's just
Yep.
that simple to me,
Yep.
man.
Yep.
I
Yep.
take how we view things is why we have our results. You
Mhm.
know, my life is where it is right now because of how I view things.
Yep.
I'm where I'm at in life, not because of what happened and everything. I can talk about tragedies, all this and that, because everybody in life goes through things and have had some of the same tragedies or worse, but it's how we view it. So
Yep.
just a challenge to everybody, man. Just change it. Try something different. If you like apples,
Mhm.
try oranges. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Something
Yeah,
small to
switch it
just
up.
bring in. Yeah, switch it up, man. So
Yeah. Yeah, I totally agree with everything you said. And I just jot down a couple of things while you was talking. And a couple of things that stuck out to me was that, starting small. Before we get into anything else, well, I'm gonna say this: before you start small, your view and your perspective on things,
yeah,
because the way that we look at things is gonna be a little bit different. The way that, because you could take and you could put 10 people in the room, and you could put one image on the wall, one picture on the wall, one painting on the wall, and everybody, if you stand them in a circle around this picture, everybody gonna see a different perspective of that picture, of that image, or whatever that you have inside
right.
of the circle, because everybody's all around it. So everybody's gonna look. Somebody gonna look at the back and might not see a picture, might not see an image. Somebody might say it's a flower. Somebody might just be looking at just the side. So the way, the things that we have in our life and the way things happen, yeah, we're gonna look at it different because we're experiencing it from a different perspective. And so once we start changing our views on how we think about whatever that we want to change, You
Right.
got to start looking at that first. This is what I want to change, and decide you want to change. Then you can start small. So
Mm.
the small stuff that you want to change, let me view my time on social media. Let me look at me first. Let me view my time on social media. Let me go on my phone and see how much um screen time I got.
Ooh.
Let me see how much time I'm spending on YouTube. Let me see how much time I'm spending on Facebook. Let me see how much time I'm spending on Instagram, on Snapchat, on TikTok. How much time am I putting towards those things? And within that time, just say, I mean, you might have an outrageous number. Just say you got 6 hours. Let's say you get 6 or 7 hours.
Mm.
How could you cut that time in half? Not just stopping, but just say you're going to take 3.5 hours to put towards something that you want to change in your life. 3.5 hours. So just say you want to work out. I'm going to take 3.5 hours and I'm going to start working out. I'm going to take 3.5 hours to prep my meals, to watch what I'm eating, to cook my food instead of eating out. I'm going to
Mm.
take them 3 hours to do that. I'm going to take 3 hours to love on myself. I might want to go get a massage. I might want to change my hair. I want to do something for me. Or even you want to change your relationship with God. What you think 3 hours with God on social media? How you think that experience would be?
Mm.
Three
Come on.
hours. How you think that your life would change 3 hours with God every day? Or three
Mm.
hours working on your business, 3 hours off Netflix,
Ooh.
3 hours towards, okay, I'm putting my business plan together. Not only I'm gonna talk about it, I'm gonna start building my website. I think we
Mm-hmm.
get caught up on, thank you. We get caught up on viewing people on social media that we mess up our own perspective. And so by we not having our own perspective on what we doing, and we looking at everybody else, we end up getting nothing done, man.
Man, that's
Nothing done.
good, bro.
Yeah, we end up getting nothing done. And so I just say this: take your time, look at your view, look at your perspective on things, start making a small start into new circumstances.
Man. Hey.
And so, yeah, no, I just took what you said, man, and just piggyback off what you said to move people forward. You see what I'm saying? To
Yeah,
move
man.
people forward. So, man, I get in there, man, because you done got me started on this, man, on this new
Hey, it's
year,
good to
man.
me, man. It's
You done
good to
got,
me, Doc.
you done got me
Hey,
started now.
keep on preaching, Doc. But yeah, man, no, seriously, we wherever we all want change, and we see somewhere, somewhere somebody might say, well, it's my finances, right?
Go
Or
there.
it's my appearance, my weight,
Mm,
or it's,
mm,
my marriage or my relationship,
mm,
or it's my work life. Maybe it's my career. But anything that you want that change in, there has to be some sort of change in your view of it.
mm.
And we get stubborn, man. We get stubborn. We really want to change. I got New Year's resolutions, but there's nothing changed about how I view it or how I look at it. And that take work. That take work to tell yourself. You drive by McDonald's, it's smelling good. We got a New Year's resolution. You like it. Well, maybe I can start February.
Right.
But in reminding ourselves that, hey, look, okay, I gotta look at this different. And we really don't see that eating out. Some people that want to change that way, they don't see that eating out is a bad thing. They don't see it as unhealthy. And that's probably a good view to adopt,
Mm.
if you're trying to make a change. To change wherever I want change, I had to change that view on it.
Yeah.
Starting small, like we can't climb a mountain real quick. You got to get momentum, man.
Mm.
We got to get momentum. It takes momentum, like driving over a speed bump. If I got enough speed, that speed bump is nothing when I go over. Might feel a little bit of bump, but I got momentum. So the things that come to hang us up, these speed bumps in life, If we got momentum, we can overcome it. But if I've got no momentum, I'm cruising 0.5 miles an hour. I might struggle getting over that speed bump. That
Yeah.
speed bump may make me want to turn around. Me smelling that burger might make me want to go back to the old ways. Or me
Mhm.
seeing this woman may make me want to do this. Or me, whatever the case is. You know, change starts with us. And you said something that was so key, man, when you said we spend so much time looking at others. You know, we spend so much time even on social media to compare. We look at maybe what the standard is, what's trending, what everybody talking about, and then we take a look at our lives. But to make that change, man, it's always an inward reflection. We always have to start here. We always got to start where it matters most. Everything else that's going on with everybody else, we got to, in a sense, block that out. You know what I mean? We gotta,
Mhm.
we can't look at somebody else and figure out what's our journey. You know, I can't look in the manual for a Ford and I drive a Chevy. It
Mhm.
doesn't work. I can do
Mhm.
all the studying, all the research, but I need to go with what works for me. And we need to do that for ourselves, man. Stop looking at everybody else and comparing. You see everybody else, somebody made a transformation and now we're inspired. And that's good to be inspired. But
Mhm.
when you look at them and then you look at you and you say, well, I ain't there yet. Well, you got to get momentum. You got to keep
Yep.
doing this. It takes doing it over and over and over. It's like practice. And then we pull those results we want in life to us, man. So, man, taking the
Mm.
time to use that out, like you said, hey, maybe I'm spending a lot of time on social media. Let's
Yep.
just spread the time out. Let's let's
Mhm.
let's do something different with my time. Maybe it's cutting back. Maybe I can't give up McDonald's all the way, but I
Mhm.
ain't got to eat it 3 times a week.
There
Maybe
you
let's
go.
go once. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Or whatever that it is that you can handle. And I just want to encourage everybody that just because that calendar moved,
Mhm.
just because there's a 3 and not a 2 anymore, you know, nothing's magical about to happen.
Yep.
You could have made this decision a year ago, 2 years ago, because guess what? There'll be a New Year's again in 23,
Yep.
and it's gonna happen again and again. So we can't put it off and hope for a magic trick. You know, we can't look at somebody else and
Mhm.
hope for a result, man. We got to it start with self, man. So
Oh yeah. Oh man. Hey, and I was just thinking about something, man. You know, we all when you go to a magic show and you see the music, I'm not the musician.
the
Dang,
magician,
magician. Yeah, I'm saying musician. The magician. You see the magician,
yeah,
and you see he do all these type of tricks and all these type of illusions to be able to make the crowd go wild. And that's
right,
what social media is. When we post and we kind of like magicians because the likes and stuff is the crowd going wild.
mm,
You know, it's a magic trick. But when you got that magic inside, you don't need those likes, you don't need those comments because you got a new year real solution. Not a new year resolution, but a new
mm,
year real solutions. So
mm,
when you come up with some real solutions for your new year, your life is going to change. Your life is
man,
going to change because you coming up with real solution, not a resolution. You
yeah,
know,
man,
I got a real solution to what I'm trying to do. I got a real solution for me smoking weed. I got a real
yeah,
solution for me drinking. I got a real solution for the issues that I have with my family, the issues I
yeah,
have with my siblings, with my cousins. You know, I got real solutions that I can come up with and I can start small from my
hmm,
perspective to work on things to change.
yeah,
You
man,
know, and
yeah,
once we get into a space where we don't look for nobody else, we're looking for everybody else's opinion about us. We're looking for all the things that's wrong with us. And
yeah,
that will start to get people down because you look at everything that's wrong with you. You
hmm.
know, look at the things that's good about going into the new year. You know, the number one thing about going into the new year, you hear. That's the best thing.
Hey, you gotta say that again, Stan. You gotta say that again, Doc.
The number one thing about this year is that you here. That's the number one thing. Anything else don't matter. You made it. You here. That's the number one thing.
That's it.
Now the rest of the things you can change.
Mm-hmm.
You can change everything else. Will it take a little bit longer? Yes. Do we make mistakes? Absolutely. I done made some mistakes. Eon made some mistakes. None of
Yeah.
us perfect.
Right.
People make you feel so bad about some stuff you did in 22. Let me take
Mhm.
that back. People make me feel bad about some stuff I did in 01.
Yes, sir.
I was in high school. Oh,
Mm.
and people trying to make you feel bad about the old stuff that you did. And you can feel bad about it.
Mm-hmm.
But after you feel bad, what is your not resolution, but what is your solution to the problem that you got now?
Yeah, Doc.
What's the solution now? Number one, stop beating yourself up about the issue that you have or the mistake that you made.
Mm.
Guess what? Because when you wake up in the morning, just like everybody else, you get up out of bed, you open your eyes, you brush your teeth, wash your face, whatever you're gonna do, take your shower, bath, whatever you're gonna do, just like everybody else.
Yep.
Just like everybody else, even like Elon Musk or Mark Zuckerberg,
Mm-hmm.
Denzel Washington.
Yep.
Let me get somebody, little baby. I mean, anybody,
Right.
Glorilla, they waking
Anybody.
up just like you, and they got problems just like you.
That's right.
And guess what? You can figure it out with your solution.
Mm-hmm.
And in math, the way that they figure out problems is 9 times out of 10 they write them down. When they got an equation, you got to come up to a solution to solve that problem, right?
Yeah. Right.
So what they do, write it down. Okay. 2 plus 2 equals. So let me count this down. I got to add all of them up. 1,
Mm-hmm.
2, 3, 4. It's 4.
Mm-hmm.
So 2 plus 2 equals 4. Even if you divide, you know. And so when you have problems going on, you figure out a solution, and that's gonna be your answer to whatever's going on. Is it gonna always be perfect? No, you might not get the answer right. In math, you don't always get the problem right.
Right.
You won't always get the problem right.
That's
But guess
right.
what? It's based on your perspective.
Man. Hey,
It's based on your perspective.
perspective is
Get
huge,
in there.
man.
Get in there.
Perspective is
Yeah.
huge because if I
Yeah.
get it wrong, if I got my equation wrong, if I got the
Mm-hmm.
problem wrong, if
Yep.
I messed up in life,
Yep.
it's how I feel about me messing up, which is what ties back to what you said, man, guilt. And we don't understand how dangerous guilt is. And I'm not saying that you shouldn't be remorseful for some things, or you
Right.
can look back and see some things and feel like, hey, I could have done better, or I know better now, or I'm wiser now. But to hold on to that thing and to think that your self-worth has lessened any because of your mistake is a lie. And that's poison. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Mistakes don't make us because everybody makes mistakes. Everybody is flawed in a sense. You know what I mean? We all have issues. My bank account may not be what yours is, but I'm no less. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? I'm no
Yep.
less a man than the next man. And
Yep.
the same goes for whomever. If you've made mistakes time and time again, maybe you're addicted to something. Maybe, you've been in and out of, the the system. You know what I mean? Maybe you going back in, getting locked up time after time. Who knows? Whatever it is, you're not any less of a person. Your
Mhm.
worth hasn't lessened
Yep.
because you can always get back up. You know what I mean? You can always change
Always.
things, and that starts with how we view ourselves, and to stay away from shame and guilt. You
Yep.
know, it's
That's
it's it's
good.
one thing to, look and see my mistakes and see where I can improve, but never let them things ride with you. Don't never let guilt stay the night. Never let shame lay in the bed with you and stay the night. If those things come over you, hey, find a way to shake them off. find a way. We may not have the solution to the problem, but if I know that, hey, okay, I got 2 + 2 wrong, but I'm not
Mm-hmm.
dumb. You know what I mean?
Mm.
I,
Yeah.
I messed up.
Yeah.
I cheated, but I'm not a bad husband.
Yep. Yep.
I,
Yep.
I did this in life. I did that in life, but
Mm-hmm.
I'm not who they say I am. I'm not
Yep.
who I even say I am in my head, because
Yep.
our voices in our head do more damage than any of the chatter that people
Mm.
on social media can do. You know what I mean?
Ooh.
The time when you're sitting at home by yourself and nobody's there, what are you thinking? What do you think about yourself? What do I
Mm-hmm.
really think? Do I think I'm able to overcome it? Do I think I'm worthless? Do I think I'm this? Do I think I'm that? And this new year, new me is the starting with how we view things. And you got to view
Yep.
yourself better. Whatever goal
Mm-hmm.
it is that we're trying to get to, know that that is
Mm-hmm.
already existing. You're already that millionaire that you want to be. You're
Yep.
already that nice physique of a body that you want to be. You're already that great
Mm-hmm.
wife that you want to be.
Mm-hmm.
We just have to dust some things off of us. We got to
Mm-hmm.
take the things off, take the masks off that we're wearing to make people feel a way, make people think a way, or even make ourselves think something, man.
Oh
And I
yeah.
remember the episode, we had lying to ourselves,
Mm.
which was a good one, man. But that's the most dangerous thing.
Yep.
Somebody else can lie to me, and I can know in the back of my head, man, you lying, bro. Ma'am,
Mm-hmm.
you're lying.
Mm-hmm.
But the lie
Yep.
to myself is the most deadly because it'll stump me.
Dangerous.
It'll stunt me from my growth. It'll stunt me from getting any of my desires that I want to get in life. So, hey,
Oh yeah, man. Ooh, man. Listen, I'm gonna say, man, this right here, this episode, we gonna put on our Patreon, and y'all gonna have to dial in. But listen, though, everything you saying, man, that was excellent. I like the way that you worded that because,
thank you, brother.
man, when you feeling bad about yourself, like going into this new year, and like you said, my boy Jay-Z got a song say, "Get that dirt off your shoulder."
Yeah.
Dust yourself off, shake it off, and pat it under your feet. You know, and keep moving. It's okay to be it's okay to be upset. It's okay to be down at the
Right.
time when those happen. But like you said, you're not those things. And what's coming to you is gonna be better than what it was before. And I think
Absolutely.
sometimes we don't need to hold on to 22 when we got 23 here.
Mm-hmm.
Don't hold on to 22. It's over with.
It's a wrap.
It's a wrap. That terrible relationship that you was in is over with. That
Mm.
that that weight that you had gained that you don't want is over with.
Mm-hmm.
That bitterness that you had about the last relationship is over with.
Man.
That brokenness, I'm talking about pocket broke, heart broke.
Talk about it.
Those things are over with. Those things are over with going into this new year. And then with this new perspective, with this new outlook on life, you're going to start to do things better. I didn't say perfect. I said
Right.
better.
Right.
Just say you was, let me give an example. Just say you was broke last year. You couldn't keep no money. And so now you at least keeping $100 in the bank account after you paid all your bills, you did a little extra stuff you wanted, you still got $100 left. That
Mm-hmm.
is a win. A lot of people won't look at that as being a win
Right.
because you keep looking at everybody else. And,
That's it.
and guess what everybody else doing? Lying,
Mm-hmm.
lying. That's what they doing. And so with you seeing the lies, you're not seeing the real, and you trying to compare yourself to lies. When you compare
Mm.
yourself to lies, you're not gonna never get nowhere because it's a lie.
It's a lie.
It's a lie. But if you can look at your own life, you can look at you. You can look at you. Just come here for a second. Come here. Go look at it and go in the mirror. Go look at you. Go look at your finances.
Yeah.
Go look at your relationships. Go look at your friendships.
Mhm.
Go look at your business. Go look at that. Take our time to look at that. Look at your relationship with God. Look, start looking at that. And I
Mm.
guarantee you, once you start working on those things, once you start working on the stuff at your house, once you log
Ooh.
off and stop trying to do what everybody else doing or post what everybody else doing and going with the trend,
Mm.
watch how you feel better when those outside things don't affect you like they used to. So man, let me leave this alone, man, because I'm
Man.
finna let the window down, let this top off, man. Get off the interstate. We finna cruise around here to Eat Eyes Corner.
Look, man, I know you was booking it. Y'all was hitting it good on the freeway. But thank y'all for taking the exit, man. Holla at your boy here on the corner. EIG, thank y'all for stepping in. Once again, we are here. It's a special moment because my listeners and viewers are here with me. And not only my listeners and viewers, I'm talking about my Steeler Nation fans. Hey,
Oh man.
hey,
8-8.
hey.
Or was
It
it? They
was
7-8. How 8-8? Okay.
no, hey. 8-8, brother.
8-8. I got
8
you.
and
I
8.
got you. I got you. Y'all going to the
Shout-
playoff?
We working on that.
Okay.
We
I
working
got
on
you.
that. We're working on
New year, right? New year.
new
Yeah.
year, new us. You know what I'm saying? But no, seriously, y'all. Speaking of that, recently, man, I want, DeMar Hamlin.
Oh yeah.
We saw, man, a horrific incident on the field, man, and I want to send prayers and just a lot of love and whatever light and what kind of hope and any energy that is just healing and uplifting to his family, to his friends. That was a scary situation, man.
Yeah,
To be on the field and have to administer CPR. And I ain't talking about just the ambulance coming out and you leaving on the stretcher and you holding the thumb up. This man heart stopped.
Yep.
And thank God that he's alive right now. You know what I mean? We know that he's in critical condition still. And like I said, we here at RMT, man, nothing but prayers and love for him
prayers,
and for his family.
Absolutely.
And I know anybody watching that just had to feel, or even if you didn't watch it, to hear about it, it's crazy, because we still don't know the total outcome of whether this young man will have brain function fully, or what the case is. But we want to put it in God's hand and just, pray that his family makes it through, pray that he makes it through well. So, I know, we do a lot of joking and playing, but, it's serious. Nothing else was to be talked about after that. Yeah. Right. We weren't talking about the playoffs, and I know people talking about, well, they're going to make the game up, this, that, and the other. But right now, in his world and in his family's world, his friends' world, all that is mattering is his well-being.
Absolutely.
And that ties back to just here, we're talking about new year, new us. Hey, Stan, you said it best. The best thing about this is that we're here. That we're here, and when we take that for granted, we'll find out that, man, things we were struggling with, that's not really important. Yep. My money ain't important if I'm not breathing. Yep. You know what I mean? What can my accomplishments do or serve me if I'm not breathing? So be grateful for life in any way that you can, and
absolutely,
just pray for him. And if you don't pray, that's fine too, but have some compassion in your heart. Have some compassion for that young man. And so on my way out, man, I just wanted to ask you, Stan,
what's up?
Do you think that this is going to scare a lot more players, like a lot of people, young men coming up playing the sport? And I know years back where, a lot of mothers and even fathers, was like, hey, the whole CTE deal, we're not really going, I don't want my kid playing it. Do you think this will affect that? This incident will affect how we view or how people view, stepping into that sport?
I don't. And I'm gonna say this, man. As long as money is involved, people gonna always play. As long as it's payola, and they able to get a top ranked student to come to the high school, or if it's high school, if it's college, buy a house here or a car here,
Right.
some money, big contract in the NFL to change the whole family.
Right.
I mean, I don't never think it'll stop.
Yeah.
I don't. As long as the money is flowing, I never think it'll stop people from playing. You know,
Yeah.
it's have. I mean, they did research and they got documentaries on the CTE and all that. I mean, and still, people still go out and play. You
Yeah.
know, there's sports across the board. I mean, I think golf is probably one of the most safest sports you can play, but even soccer players, basketball players, baseball players, all of them have had major injuries as far as dealing with their heart.
Right.
Based on our perspectives, you know. But man, I just put it like this: like my heart goes out to all the athletes and especially to his family. But man, when you playing from 9 or 10 years old all the way up to you in your 30s, man, you done gave your life to this game. That's a lot.
Yeah.
That's a lot on these young men, on their parents. You know, I got two teenage athletes, and between practice and you know practice uniforms, travel to different games. I mean, it's
Yeah.
a lot. It's a lot, you know. And so, man, I just shout out to all the athletes out there, all the time y'all put forth to it, all the parents, and man, especially for this man family, and man, I sign off with that, man.
Hey, man. I appreciate your perspective here on the corner with you, boy. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah, man.
always appreciated. You know, we do a lot of fun and jokes, but again, you know, can't say it enough.
Yeah.
Prayers to that man, his family, and I don't want to discourage anybody either that does want to do that. You know, I'm not here to.
Oh yeah.
We're not here for convincing and persuading to go this way or that way.
Yeah.
You know, it's your preference.
Yeah.
I just say, you know, if it's something that you want to do, love it and do it.
Mhm.
You
Oh
know,
yeah.
love it and do it to the fullest, because you only get one life. So,
Yeah.
you know, that's all I got today, y'all. But again, appreciate y'all for taking the exit, coming to holler at your boy, EIG on the corner. So I'm gonna send it back to you, Stan.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. So we appreciate y'all for tuning in again. Thank y'all. Last year we just started. It was like 3 months in. We started in October, and we just appreciate y'all for following us and continue to help
No
us
doubt.
build. And you know, if there's anything that y'all want to hear us speak on, any questions that y'all have, any comments, drop it in the comment section. We got plenty of
Please.
platforms you can do that. Just let us know how you feel, what you're thinking about things, and all right, man. We'll see y'all next week.
Peace.
Man, that was a good one right there, man.